I'm Chris.
And I'm Jeff.
Welcome to Season 3 of Fresh and Uncooked, the podcast where Jeff and I take you on a journey of food discovery. Join us every episode as we explore new and exciting menu items, taste test products, give our honest opinions on the food we love. This episode is all about what, Jeff?
Mushrooms.
Before we talk shrooms, we've got some food news to dive into, including this year's Mountain VooDew flavor.
Okay.
2 classic brands teaming up for a spicy pickle.
Ooh.
And lots of fast food news to go through. So grab a snack, sit back, and enjoy episode 59 of Fresh and Uncooked.
Any news? Is there any news?
I have news.
Food news. Bad news travels fast.
So many flavors of Mountain Dew these days.
Almost too many flavors, Chris.
Yeah, they're kind of hard to keep track of, but for the past few years, Mountain Dew has come out with a mystery flavor for Halloween, and they call it Mountain VooDew.
Okay.
Flavors in the past have been candy corn, fruit candy explosion, and sour candy. This year, it's not so generic. It's because they teamed up with an actual candy brand. It's Airheads. And this year's Halloween-themed mystery flavor is Airheads Cherry.
Oh, that sounds really sweet.
It does sound really sweet.
Yeah.
So, yeah, if you're a fan of the Mountain Dew flavors, new flavor for Halloween, VooDew is actually Airheads Cherry. So, enjoy. Wonder if you can put like an Airhead in just regular Mountain Dew and infuse it like you would like a vodka or something and make your own Airhead flavored Dew. I don't know.
Airhead infused Dew. But then you would have to have a plain Dew to start with, right?
Yeah, just a regular Dew. You know, the good old green.
Okay.
Why not?
Man. If you look at Mountain Dew and you look reading the labels for Mountain Dew,
don't.
Yeah. If you enjoy it, don't do it. Just don't.
There's no point in that.
No.
Speaking of collabs, another collab here with 2 classic brands, not in the candy department, but in the pickle department. Frank's Red Hot Sauce has teamed up with the pickle brand Vlassic.
Okay.
Frank's Red Hot Sauce, the classic hot sauce for chicken wings.
Yeah.
Now available in Vlassic brand pickles.
I've had spicy pickles a lot recently, and I'm not sure how I feel about them.
These are available in chips, spears, or whole pickles, so you can get your favorite, shape of pickle, your favorite cut, if you will. I would try them, but I got to be honest, Vlasic isn't my go-to brand for pickles.
They're really not my go-to either.
Vlasic's been around for longer than you and I believe, but...
yeah, they're probably the number 1 pickle brand.
Here's the bigger question, Jeff. What is their mascot?
Oh, the ostrich, right?
Is it an ostrich
or a stork? He's a stork.
Duck?
It's a bird. It's an odd bird.
Some sort of long-beaked bird. Which I don't know what has to do with pickles, but yeah. I just remember seeing as a kid their commercials with the bird, the animal, and pickles. And I noticed on the press release for this collab with Frank's Red Hot Sauce that there's that bird. Right at the top with the logo. So not sure what species of bird Vlasic is, but or what its name is. Like we know Charlie Tuna's name.
Yeah. Well, he's a tuna too.
Right. And they even took care of that in the name, Charlie the Tuna.
Mm-hmm. Which is very weird if you think about it, because he's really pushing that tuna upon us, and it's like he's selling his friends off to us, like, oh, they're delicious. Here you go.
Maybe he's really not a tuna. Maybe he's another fish.
Oh,
I don't know.
Man, that's deep.
Tuna selling tuna. We got a duck selling pickles.
Right. I like pickle brands that have mascots that are actual pickles because they're silly. I like those silly little mascots like that.
Little pickles with a smiley face and little hands and feet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's nice. Go through some quick fast food news, Jeff. We got a lot here. Qdoba's fan favorite loaded tortilla soup is back for a limited time.
Ooh, thank goodness.
Made with a vegetable broth flavored with roasted tomatoes, peppers, onions, and spices. You can add a protein like brisket birria, grilled adobo chicken, grilled steak, or enjoy as a vegetarian-friendly entree. You can also, of course, add any toppings you wish, like sour cream, pico de gallo cheese, tortilla chips, and Qdoba's always free 3-cheese queso.
Okay.
Boo Buckets are back at McDonald's. You remember these from back in the day, the Boo Buckets?
I do remember those, and I saw that, and I'm kind of excited. I don't know that I'm going to pick one up because, well, I don't trick or treat or anything, but
I think it's cool. You can grab one with a Happy Meal purchase. They sell out quick because of nostalgia. So if you want to get one, get in the car now. There's monster, skeleton, mummy, and vampire Boo Buckets at McDonald's. Popeyes. It's fall. We talked about fall foods last episode 58. Check it out if you haven't already. One of the fall foods that Jeff brought up was turkey, and Popeyes Cajun style turkey is available for pre-order now.
Yeah. Would you ever do that?
I would consider it. I'd like to try it. But as we get further into the story, the holiday bird feeds between 8 and 12 people, they say. Something tells me Jeff and I could just rip through this turkey, though.
Yeah.
And it costs $99 for online delivery orders.
And here's the thing. I think I could make my own attempt at a Cajun turkey for way less money. And I don't know.
How much is a turkey fryer? How much is a good maybe a 12-pound turkey? And then some Cajun spices, right?
Right.
It's probably, of course, then you're doing it yourself. But Popeyes does say it donates a percentage of the profits to the Popeyes Foundation, which helps provide food and support to employees during difficult times.
Okay.
The Cajun-style turkey starts at $59.99 if you order it in store. Pricing does vary at location. So $99 online, $59 in store.
That's very odd to me. That you would think it would be reversed, right?
You think it would be the same? I mean,
there's a $40 difference.
Maybe they figure if you're in the store, you're going to order more because you're going to be like, okay, now give me that Popeyes chicken sandwich,
Yeah.
Not since I'm here,
And I need to get biscuits to go with the turkey and the dirty rice, but they don't have the dirty rice anymore, right? That's only limited and...
You wouldn't get the biscuits because this turkey is frozen.
Okay.
It's not like you're getting a hot, fresh Thanksgiving turkey from them. It's frozen. You put it in the oven yourself. Yeah. But you can start to pre-order it now, and it usually comes within a week. By the way, the price in 2020, $39.99.
Wow. Inflation, Chris.
Wow, is right. Popeyes also has a new chicken sandwich, a new version of their chicken sandwich involving Truff spicy mayo.
Yes, this sounds delicious.
It does. And we were talking about this before the show, and I said I was probably going to try it tomorrow, and you're like, wow, so soon.
Yeah, and I'm thinking about it because my wife just texted me and said, hey, what are we having for dinner?
Oh, no. Jeff's going to beat me to it.
That's a quick turnaround.
Jeff's like, pick me up some Airheads and the new Truff chicken sandwich.
And a plain Mountain Dew. You know what I mean by plain, just the green one.
You also tried the new dipping sauces at Mickey D's.
Yeah, I did. I had to.
Was the jam really jammy?
Yeah, so there's the sweet and spicy jam and then the Mambo sauce. So the sweet and spicy jam, it is. It's exactly that. It's a jam. It is sweet and spicy, and it's pretty good.
You had everything with nuggets?
I just did it with the nuggets.
What do you think of the jam on a biscuit? Would that work?
It would definitely work on a biscuit, 100%. You would probably need to get at least 2 containers, though, maybe 3. And then the Mambo sauce, it was good, too. It had a little bit more heat than I thought. It's one of those, it's not spicy, but it definitely has heat. If you're not someone who likes spice or heat, then you probably wouldn't like it. But it's good. These 2 sauces, Chris, are better than their normal offerings, other than the hot mustard when that's available.
Right. Certain markets, and unfortunately not ours.
Yeah.
Which one is spicier, would you say? Or are they about equal?
I almost think the Mambo is a little bit spicier. Yeah, it was funny because I was eating these things and I was trying to think, I should maybe eat a cracker or something to cleanse my palate, like I'm doing some type of survey or something. And I didn't have one around, so instead I used French fries, but that didn't work. But yeah, I think the Mambo might be a little bit more spicy. But I'm going to start collecting these things, Chris, because I collect these sauces.
And they're limited time.
Yeah, and they are limited time. So over the next 2 weeks or so, or however long this promotion lasts, I'll probably have nuggets at least once a week.
Well, that's your food news for episode 59. Thoughts, just in general, on mushrooms?
I'm just going to say it right off the bat. I love mushrooms. Doesn't matter what kind they are. If they're oyster, shiitake, baby bella, portobello, lion's mane, white mushrooms. Dude, I love them all.
I don't know the lion's mane, but yeah, nice. My overall thoughts on mushrooms is just that.
Okay.
I like the flavor of mushrooms. I do not like the texture.
And I think that's what gets a lot of people.
Yeah, I'm sure.
And then when people refer to them as a fungus, that doesn't help either.
Yeah, that's not the best marketing term for a mushroom, I think.
Well, they don't marketing. I don't think they market them that
don't.
way. It's just people figured out that they're kind of like a fungus, but
yeah, I mean, now you say you love mushrooms. So
yes.
If something can have an option of a mushroom, are you most likely going with that option?
A lot of times I will, yeah. I eat a lot of mushrooms.
Do you? Mm-hmm. Okay, so like fancy steakhouse.
Yes.
Sometimes there's that option of, I don't know, mushrooms and butter maybe like as a topping on the steak. Mm-hmm. Would you check that box?
I would do it. Yeah, I think mushroom gravy is great.
Mushroom gravy is good as long as it's not chunky. Again, the flavor you can't match with from a mushroom. Mm-hmm. But I don't want to see the mushroom, Jeff.
Okay.
I don't want to see it.
So you won't have a portobello mushroom sandwich or like a portobello mushroom burger?
No. And that's I was gonna bring that up. That's a popular meat substitute, right? Like you could portobello mushroom. Those are the big ones, like burger-sized ones. You always see mushroom Swiss burgers.
Yes, I think that's probably the only way that I would eat Swiss cheese on a burger.
The Swiss and the mushrooms on a burger. I would definitely pass on that. But as someone who likes the flavor of mushroom, but doesn't like the texture, the appetizer of fried mushrooms.
And they get so hot, they always burn my mouth.
Oh, they do. They do. I mean, I'm dipping them.
In ranch or marinara sauce?
Yeah, well, ranch, yeah.
Okay.
But that's got to be the only way I can almost handle a mushroom.
So no just plain mushrooms at all, raw or cooked?
Raw, like if they're in a salad, raw, I'm fine.
Okay.
Because they do have better texture raw.
Well, yeah, they're not as they tend to get a little bit slimy.
Yeah, they're a little slimy, kind of like, I don't know. I try not to think about it, but a raw mushroom is more spongy, like, so
yeah,
soft. It's, but a raw mushroom also does not have the flavor of a cooked mushroom.
It doesn't.
One thing that I cook at home, beef stroganoff.
Yeah, I like it.
That is a very heavy on the mushroom flavor meal, entree. So what I do is I get a big old thing. I usually use cremini mushrooms.
Okay.
I love the flavor of good cremini mushroom. But Jeff, I spend about 30 minutes on the cutting board with those things, just getting them chopped into almost a powder with my knife.
So they're very well minced.
They are like garlic pressed minced, if you know what I mean. And then I cook the mushrooms in a pan. So by the time the stroganoff all comes together with the egg noodles or whatever, it's just a nice, creamy, no sign of mushroom sauce that just tastes amazing.
Okay.
That's how I prefer my mushrooms.
All right. Yeah. You know what? I do that a lot too. In the last episode I mentioned, and if you didn't listen to the last episode, you should go back and listen to this. So when I make this mention, I made chili with mushrooms.
That's right.
So I get a mushroom medley from my farmer's market people, and they have a mushroom medley that has that lion's mane in there, baby bellas. There's white mushrooms that are in there. I think there's a few oyster ones that might be in there too. But yeah, I cut those up real small and tiny, and if you throw that into the chili, it's a good meat substitute. But see, I like the meat substitutes. I like trying those a lot.
Right.
Whereas I know that you are just like, why would I substitute the meat?
Well, there's no need to substitute the meat.
Yeah, it's definitely a different texture. It's definitely a different texture, but I really enjoy it. And I like mushrooms, like I said, on pretty much everything.
Pizza?
Oh, yeah. A spinach and mushroom pizza, if you have some white sauce on there, and then just a little bit of fresh Parmesan cheese.
Wow.
And some garlic.
You are getting fancy with that pizza.
I tend to get fancy with pizza these days because just regular tomato sauce pizza for me, it just doesn't do it anymore.
Wow.
Yeah, I know.
Really? Do we need to have a pizza episode?
Yes. Next episode, let's do that. I will talk about different types of pizza that don't have tomato sauce.
Yeah, that's very gourmet pizza. Mushrooms on a pizza for me, though. I mean, if we're just talking, and I'm talking traditional tomato-based pizza here. Mm-hmm. Like mushrooms and sausage, I would be like, because that's just, the mushrooms are going to be there. You know what I mean? They're going to be right next to the sausage. But if you're talking like some places, I'll call them like the garbage pizzas where they throw like everything, on there. That's obviously going to have mushrooms, and that's fine because it's well hidden.
Yes.
There's so many things interfering with that. That's about the only way I'll do mushrooms on a pizza. I suppose you've done a lot of grilling in mushrooms then, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's usually the portobellas that I use for the grilling.
Yeah, portobellas, I know are a good grilling mushroom. And then obviously, making some like classic kebabs.
I'm not much of a kebab fan, though, because this is the way that I look at it. You put vegetables and meat and everything all on this one thing, and you're cooking them at the same time, the same temperature and everything like that. Meat and vegetables don't cook, at the same temperature. And I understand they're very popular, but you usually end up with really mushy vegetables when you do that.
It looks nice, but that's not the way to do it.
Right.
Yeah. Whenever we do that, we'll put everything, like all the tomatoes on one skewer, all the peppers on one skewer. If we were doing mushrooms, all the mushrooms on one skewer. Because, yes, they do all cook differently. Different heat levels, different, flame, different lengths of time. Here's something. Cream of mushroom soup.
Oh, wow.
I'm sure there's some really good cream of mushroom soups, but I'm kind of talking about the one in the can that, mom and grandma might have thrown in a bunch of casseroles back in the day.
Yeah.
Isn't that kind of the go-to for the green bean casserole?
It is. There's a lot of things that you can do with cream of mushroom soup.
Yeah.
It's probably the most... Other than cream of chicken, you can do a lot with cream of chicken, too.
Yeah, cream of chicken.
Cream of chicken, cream of mushroom, and hey, why not put them together? Dude, that's good stuff.
Cream of chicken mushroom. I think I would like the flavor of a good cream of mushroom soup. Getting fancy here, but again, without the actual mushrooms being large.
Okay.
Yeah. It's kind of like how we may have talked about this before, but I like cheddar broccoli soup, but I do not like broccoli. So my
Is that the only time that you eat broccoli?
Cooked, yeah. Cooked
okay.
broccoli. And it's the same thing. It's got to be pureed into that cheese.
Okay.
There's no big chunks of broccoli. So I'd have to have my cream of mushroom soup kind of like that.
The same way? All right.
You see like the dried mushrooms? I bet you could make a really tasty cream of mushroom soup with, soaking those, making a mushroom broth, and then taking those out and putting them away, and then making your soup out of that.
Well, you're a big stock guy, too. You make your own chicken stock.
Yes.
Have you ever thought about making a mushroom stock?
Never until now.
Yeah. If you like the flavor.
Just to try a cream of mushroom soup.
See, I think that's a good project for you here as we're coming upon these chilly, frigid months.
Yeah. No, and I do need to get my chicken stock going again for this first half of the season. I bought a huge stock pot, Jeff. Huge.
I love that.
It's ginormous.
That's great.
So I need to get that going. What would you say is your favorite mushroom dish?
It's really hard to just name just one. So I was thinking about this because I figured that you were going to ask something about that.
Yeah, of course.
So I think mushroom on pizza, that's awesome. When you put mushrooms in an omelet.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, that is so good. Here's my favorite thing that I like to make with mushrooms, mushroom risotto.
That would be good too without the mushrooms. Without evidence of mushrooms, I should say.
Oh, you're killing me, man. Yeah, mushroom risotto is really good. You can just use it with everything, Chris. That's my thinking. I feel that you can put it pretty much in anything. sandwiches, salads, just whatever you want.
It is pretty versatile. I do got to say that. But it is also very polarizing, too.
Extremely polarizing. Yeah, a lot of times I'll make something and my wife's not big on the mushrooms. I usually end up getting the mushrooms, on the side of whatever it is we're eating.
Scraped
they get
off
picked
the
off
mushroom.
yeah. So I think it's really split down the middle. It's maybe about a 50-50 split, right, with mushrooms?
You think 50-50? I don't know.
We might have to take a poll.
You can always let us know on social media. Are you on the team mushroom or team no mushroom? Or I guess my team, which is kind of like, don't mind the mushroom, just as long as you don't see or chew on the mushroom.
Is that even being on a team then? I don't know that it is.
It's just being on my own food planet, Jeff.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that.
I understand.
Let us know which team you belong to. Links to all of our social media is down in the show notes. Thanks for listening to another episode of Fresh and Uncooked. Jeff, until next time.
Enjoy what you eat.